Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV. Curtis here with Lauren. Hello Lauren.
Hey Curtis.
Hey, Lauren. In previous episodes we've talked about a strategy, because we've had such difficult investment markets the last decade,
right.
Which is actually not all that unusual,
right.
But there's been a lot of talk about people will have to work farther into retirement,
yes.
To support their lifestyle. So there was an article in today's USA Today, and the headline was, "Can you really find a job in retirement?" with a question mark.
Not including Walmart greeter
right.
jobs.
The Walmart greeters. And so the interesting thing was they did, a representative from AARP said that they did extensive surveying of pre-retirees,
okay.
and there was different surveys had numbers between 60 to 80% of pre-retirees expected to work into retirement, meaning
okay.
that it might be a part-time job,
right.
it may be a something to give them a lifestyle of interest, something like that. But they
right.
Between 60 and 80% of people were expecting to work into retirement. So that's what the survey said. What they found, AARP found, those as of 2012, for only 18.2% of people 65 and older are working. Only 18% of, so basically only 18% of people are working. They did say that since 1985 that's increased by about 7%, so back in 1985 only about 11% were working. But the point was they're predicting there's going to be a big disconnect between people's expectations.
Yes. There's a big difference between 18% and 80%.
Right,
That's
exactly.
That's a pretty wide gap.
And what they're saying, what AARP is saying, is that what happens is people are finding that there still is age discrimination.
Right.
Also, what was interesting is they polled everybody that was retired, and 17% of the people that were retired had to retire because of health issues. So health becomes a part of it too. So, what's your takeaway from the expectation versus the actuality?
Well, I mean, one interesting way to look at those numbers is that, if anywhere close to 80% of people thinks that they will work into retirement, and then we just heard a number that about 17% of people who are retired had to quit because of health issues, okay, there's clearly some people who are just wrong. I mean,
right.
Even if there's no age discrimination, even if we have a booming economy that can handle, all kinds of new workers heading into the marketplace, lots of people are going to have to just retire because of health.
Right.
Leaving aside every other factor.
Exactly.
And I think that even people who don't have to retire completely because of health issues, it's a lot harder. It's just a lot harder to do the job. It's and it's a lot, there's a lot of stress that goes into, say, starting your own business or something.
Right.
But somebody who is used to that or used to being a contractor is going to have a much easier time in retirement continuing to work than somebody who's used to being an employee, because see, when you're an employee, then it's not just that they control you, they want to be able to control you. And when you're getting older, and it just becomes more and more difficult for them to imagine you in that position.
Right.
So
yeah, and at the end of this article, they came up with a couple of pretty good thoughts. They said that if your expectation is to work into retirement, by all means, then do everything you can to hold on to your current job. Don't try to switch jobs because it's very hard to find a new job. Yeah. Number two, very obvious, but expect to earn less. Even if it's the same position, it's just the nature of the game. And then last but not least, you mentioned they thought if you have something of interest, a hobby, maybe think out of the box a little bit and maybe consider starting a small business and basically hire yourself to come up with part-time income. And I thought that those are all pretty good suggestions.
Oh yeah, very good.
All right, well, thank you for watching this episode of Erickson TV. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
See you next time.